Welcome to Real Talk for Real Teachers by Conscious Discipline. I'm Latoria Marcellus.
I am a mom and I am an educator who practices conscious discipline.
And I'm Amy Spidell, and I've been a CD instructor for over 20 years. And I got to say, I've been saying 20 years for probably the last 10 years. So,
And together, Amy and I are here to discuss the trends and the events in education and how conscious discipline impacts really every aspect of what it is that we do. For those of you who are new to conscious discipline is an adult first, transformational, trauma responsive approach to self regulation. It integrates social and emotional learning, theory and application, research, and brain based discipline practices. Woo, that was a lot.
yeah, exactly. That is such a mouthful. And when we really think about what that boils down to in terms of what we are attempting to do in this world, when we bring conscious discipline to families, to our own lives, to schools, is that realization that children follow our lead. And when we talk about adult first transformation, we're already teaching them what to do in different situations. We're just not crazy about how it's showing up. So just to think about, the way we speak to each other and all of those kinds of things, that's really what we're looking for, is how do we become that model for them? Because this is a time when we know children are forming their own meaning around who they are in the world and how they're going to just interact with others in their community. And we're really giving them the playbook. So beefing up our playbook for perhaps a more healthy game.
And what gets really tricky about the playbook is that when you start using conscious discipline, there's like no chapter on the table of contents that talks about punishment. And when I am out, that's usually one of the first things that they ask me about. It's one of those, okay, so where are the consequences? And I'm like, so it depends on what you mean. Is it a punishment that we're really looking for, or is it actual consequences where we're trying to teach some new skills?
And Latoria, I think it is so interesting because I get that same kind of comment, and I'm sure many of us do. And when they say, but there are no consequences, we know they mean punishment, because there's a whole chapter in the book called Consequence. So that is actually there. That is such a challenge, though, isn't it? That mindset away from, but we're not even saying where are the punishments or where are the consequences. We're saying, when do we get to see them feel bad about what they did? Because it is that moment of shame on you that we have all, most of us at least, have grown up with some indication that we should feel bad for what we did, that we should be ashamed of what we did.
And today is going to be really exciting because our guest is going to shine a light on how we can exactly take this type of work and we can look at it in a different way in a school context. Kristin Chesterman is an educator in Indiana. She's working as a behavior support coach for a large educational corporation, and she'll talk to us about the approach she's designed to help teachers have better outcomes for themselves and for students when responding to this difficult behavior.
What Kristin is going to talk about is, what does that lead to? Does it lead to a more productive response to behavior, or does it lead to just wanting to cover up who you are so that people won't pick at it, right? So I'm just going to hide who I am. And that's where, I think everybody's got, at least a little bag of masks that they wear, and for some, a much bigger suitcase, because we want kids to be seen. We want them to know that we see the mistakes, we see our own mistakes, and how is it that we're going to walk through that and learn to do it differently instead of being ashamed for having made them. And that's what I think this whole, take a hold of it, people. Our big thing for this one is open up to curiosity around, why did I have a little knee jerk around but you didn't tell me how they took responsibility, or you didn't tell me. Just open up a little bit to that curiosity of, can I hear what was accomplished differently from what used to be accomplished. Because if we can do that, then we don't have to disrupt their well-being in order for them to learn to take a better tool.
Welcome, Kristin.
Hello. Thank